How we doing today? Good. I've talked a lot about how when you get in this part of the season, you really want to be trying to play your best football as a team. Obviously, the way you practice, the way you prepare, the way you can stay focused on not only what to do, but how to do it, and knowing why it's important to do it that way, which is all about technique and fundamentals, which I think at this time of the season, the way you practice, you change game plans every week, you change plays, you change defenses, you play different kinds of offenses, you play different kinds of defenses. Those things are the things that's got to stay with you, that's got to help you play good football at this time of the year. It's another opportunity for our team. If you're a great competitor, you love games like this. I mean, we've had four games where we played really good teams in our league, and this is obviously one of the best teams in our league as well, and it's going to be a real challenge for us, but it'll still come down to, who can sustain and play with consistency, blocking, tackling, everybody doing their job, not giving up big plays, making some big plays, taking care of the ball, all those fundamental things that always contribute to having success or being unsuccessful. We do have an injury to report. B.J. Emmons sprained his foot. He's out indefinitely. Bo Scarborough was ill today, but we don't think it's something that is real serious, but we'll take it day to day.
Okay, we'll start over here with Tony.
Hey, Coach. I was wondering if you could talk about Tim Williams, and especially, do you feel like there's a fire under him after that suspension?
Well, I don't really know about that. I think that, Tim has really played well for us all year long. I think he played well before that. And I think he's played very well, since then. So we're just trying to get Tim to, be able to play outside linebacker effectively, which he did at Arkansas when we got to play against regular people, so that he can be an every down player and do a good job at that. And he's made significant progress at that, and hopefully he'll be able to do it well in this game, because that'll be what we have to play against quite a bit of the time.
Okay, we'll come back up here front. Mark?
Just from what you've seen from their quarterback on film, how has he maybe taken their offense to another level from what they had last year?
Well, I'm not making comparisons, but just, what he has done well to me is I think he's a very smart player. I think he does some check with me's at the line to get them in the right plays based on the defense that they're playing against, probably run to run, maybe some run to pass. I think he plays within himself very well. They made a lot more explosive plays because they've hit on him because of his ability to pass the ball, and they've got very good skill players that can make big plays down the field. So, that balance with their great running game and their ability to do that makes it very difficult on defensive teams, and I think he's the guy that, makes it work for him.
Michael, did you have one?
This defense has been, in a way, kind of built to protect against teams that are spread out, faster, more athletic guys like Ruben in the middle. Just this is the first maybe real big test against a running team that want to run right at you guys. How prepared do you think this group is?
Well, we'll see. I think Arkansas was, a similar team in terms of, how they try to run the football. Probably not as good offensive line as what we're going to see, and I don't think anybody has as good a running backs as we're going to see. So it'll be a real challenge for us. It'll be a real test for us, and Ruben has played physical and been pretty good in block protection, which I think is critical in this game, and so is Sean Dion. So it's going to be really important for him to do it in this game as well.
We'll come back over here with Taryn.
With it being Dalvin Tomlinson's last season, what have you seen out of him achievement-wise and growth-wise since he first got here?
Dalvin's one of those guys that's been through a lot personally here, family-wise, and he also went through a lot himself in terms of, I think, 2 knee injuries that set him back. But you talk about a guy that is a great example of perseverance and always seems to make the obstacle the way to get better and improve. But as fine a person and as fine a young man as you're ever going to find. I don't think in all the time he's been here he's ever been in my office for anything that he's ever done wrong or disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, and has certainly represented the program in a first-class way. But he just gotten bigger and stronger, and he was very productive for us a year ago, and he's been even more productive for us this year. So we're really pleased with not only the player, but the person, the student, and how he's represented the institution.
Quick over on the right with Ben.
I've got a couple of quick ones. You guys have played a couple of really good defensive ends in the last couple of weeks. I was wondering how Cam Robinson has looked against some of those guys.
He's done a good job, and certainly challenging, certainly going to be challenging this game. 49 for them. Key is a really, really good player, really good pass rusher. They're very athletic up front, very athletic at linebacker. So they present some challenges for both of our tackles and also our inside guys in terms of the way they can rush. So this will be another test for him, but I think he's done fairly well against some pretty good players so far this year.
Okay. And also, Shank Taylor hasn't been at practice the last couple of days. I was wondering if there's any update on him.
He's at practice. He's just not able to do a whole lot until he feels like, he doesn't have any issues relative to being able to do a little bit of activity, which he does individual drills, and then we kind of take it from there. So he's still day-to-day and will stay that way until the medical staff feels that he's okay to come back in the lineup.
On the left with Rainer.
What have you seen out of Tony Brown this week, and how has he responded to perhaps having an augmented role?
Tony Brown has done a good job for us. I think, he's working hard. He's a really good competitor. The challenge is to stay focused on the things that you need to do your job well, and he's done a pretty good job of that this week. And I think he appreciates the opportunity that he has, and he wants to make the most of it, and we're doing everything we can to help him do that.
A couple more. We'll start here with Alex.
Just over the last 2 weeks, you made a point of it going into the bye week. You wanted to see improvement from the passing game. Have you seen enough improvement maybe at practice? And then what do you think about, we heard the other day, Calvin and some of the receivers are working with Jalen on their own after practice. What do you think of seeing that from them?
Well, I think that timing is very important in the passing game, and I think it's important for us to get more out of some of the good skill players that we have in terms of their production and ability to make big plays. And I think it's going to be important for us down the stretch here in this game and every other game we play that we can do that a little better than what we've done in the past. And I think we made some progress over it during practice and during this bye week. So this is probably arguably one of the most athletic secondaries that we played against, and they're going to play a lot of close coverage. And so that'll be a challenge for both the receivers and the quarterback. As well as the athletic front that they have and the challenges that they present in pass rush. So this is going to be a real test for us from that standpoint.
We'll wrap it up here in the middle.
Nick, I was wondering if you had any thoughts on, obviously you've been a part of a lot of teams that have brought a lot of joy to this community since what happened in 2011. And obviously you'll be playing in front of a community that's been through a lot in the last few months. I was wondering if you've had time to reflect upon that.
Well, we did a lot, I think, and I'm really proud of our organization, our program here, our people in our state who, did what they could to help support those folks in Baton Rouge and also Lafayette and some other areas that were affected. Some of those kinds of things are really about people. They're not about teams, rivalries, games. And that's the one thing that we always want to have compassion for and do as much as we can to help. And I was really pleased with the way our community responded, to that. But now it's time for the game. So, our players have worked hard all year, just like their players have, to try to make something significant out of their season. And this is another step in being able to do that for both teams. And I'm sure that's the major focus for all of us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.